Hey, my loves, welcome to today's episode of 100% Lavish. This is my first time ever making a video of this type of sort, so I'm a little nervous, but I'm gonna give it to y'all raw and 100. So recently, I have been having a lot of realizations, and I have been noticing a lot of energy in the world. So we're gonna really just get started. The type of person I am, I kind of noticed that I'm a big creator. I like creating. So a part of me being creative, it kind of makes me feel like I constantly have to keep creating. And when I'm not creating or when I'm not doing something in that order, I kind of feel out of alignment. And I realized the reason that I feel out of alignment is because most people tell you to rest and they think sleep. They think just laying down and not doing anything. Well, honestly, a part of me resting and a part of me chilling is me creating, because that is something that I do when I'm in flow state. That is something that I do when I feel like I just want to do something. Oftentimes my main thing is to just create something or to just show up in some type of way. And I've learned that the more authentic that you show up and the more raw that you show up, the more that people fuck with that. I tend to forget that the reason that people linger towards you is because your energy is so strong. And everybody has their own energy. Of course, not everybody's energy is all going to feel the same and be the same. But one thing that I can say is that you specifically, your energy is different. So because your energy is different, you're going to attract a lot of different energies. But you can choose on what energies you want to stay around. I feel like oftentimes I be so upset with myself and my environment, not realizing that I am a product of my environment. What do you mean by that? What I mean by that is I am allowing myself to stay in these positions. Free will is a thing. You can literally exit something if you want to exit something, genuinely. Now, some things they do require a lot more discipline and a lot more structure to just leave some things, you know what I'm saying? You know if you know. But it's also a lot of times that is just outside noise to throw you off from your original purpose and your alignment. I feel like a lot of times we are so focused on perfection. We are so focused on political things. We are so focused on social media that we do not realize that the whole purpose of being a human is because you're not perfect. We are all flawed. We are all going to come with things, but that doesn't make you less. That doesn't mean that you're not somebody. You know what I'm saying? I feel like oftentimes people make it seem like everybody has to be perfect. Everybody has to show up a certain way. Honestly, y'all, there are no expectations over life other than what you expect for yourself. Honestly, a lot of things are going to bother you, but they are only going to bother you if you allow them to dictate your life. Your life is literally your life. You're going to have to choose to do whatever it is that you want to do, realizing that this is something that makes you happy. I learned recently, today's epiphany was that the reason I feel out of alignment, the reason that I feel so stagnant, and the reason that I feel so out of place is because I wasn't doing the things that I actually wanted to do. And a lot of people, they tell you to take the risk and to take the leap of faith, and you're not realizing that naturally you do those things every day. It's kind of like the things that you want, you naturally work towards those every day. Of course, don't get me wrong, use your discernment, take what aligns and leave what doesn't, but you literally have to have the discipline and stuff, but as well as you just have to go with the flow and go with your intuition. I've learned the more that I go with my body and the more that I just do these things, for instance, coming on here, even just recording this video in the first place when I normally do not do things like this. I'm doing it because this is what my body felt called to do. And the more that I do what I feel called to do is the more that I feel aligned, the more that things start working for me, the more that I stop overthinking everything. Right now, I don't feel like I look the best. Honestly, I was really finna go to sleep, but I just felt called to record this video because I feel like at the end of the day, I'm so focused on perfectionism that I'm not really paying attention to the fact of I am perfect the way that I am. I'm not going to say that I'm not flawed. I'm not going to say that I'm just this perfect individual. No, but me personally, I am perfect because at the end of the day, because I am aware of those things and I am aware of who I am, I love exactly who I am. I love everything that I come with because I am one of those people who constantly grow every day. And when you are somebody like that, you are definitely going to realize that in life, you attract so many different energies and you are going to attract so many things into your field. But you have to remind yourself that you are in control and that it does not, your wrongs do not dictate you. Your failures do not dictate you. Everybody has to fail. You have to fail in order to succeed because you have to see what works and what doesn't work, but you have to see what works and what doesn't work for you. You cannot take somebody else's pathway and think that it's going to work for you 100% because no, that wasn't your pathway. It wasn't aligned for you. But in order for you to feel like you're aligned with what it is that you want and your purpose, you have to start moving in the flow state, in the ease state, and reminding yourself that everything that you are currently doing for yourself, you needed to do that. Like this morning, I had last night, because we're in a new morning, I had a major crash out. Like, I was so upset because I felt so stagnant. I felt like I was just doing everything wrong. And I'm like, I'm trying my ass off. I'm doing all these extra things and nothing is fucking working out for me. The reason that I was feeling like that is because I wasn't realizing that this whole time I had been creating. I feel like we don't give ourselves enough gratitude for the things that we actually do accomplish, because I feel like we tend to forget that a lot of people couldn't do what we do. A lot of people couldn't wake up and keep going. Like, some people, they go through shit and they just leave it at what it is. They do not try again. They do not try to prosper. But people like us, we do. We try to grow and we do our best to be the best version of ourselves, because that is who we are. Like, I truly feel like when you want something in life, you cannot give up because it didn't work or because it didn't fail. Like, you have to keep pushing towards it regardless, knowing that it is yours, knowing that regardless, you are going to make this shit happen for yourself. Like, I feel like sometimes we are so bottled up in society's expectations and what has been put on us as kids that we don't really realize that we are grown now. Whatever we want to apply is whatever we want to apply. And at the end of the day, you have to continue to be true to you and authentic to yourself, so that when you do the things that you want to do, you are so proud of your work because you did it authentically. You didn't do it because somebody else wanted you to. You didn't do it because you felt like this is what the world would want from you. You did it because this is what you wanted from yourself. The more that you move for what yourself is called to do, the more that you feel so freaking relaxed. Like, I made an analogy earlier. It was kind of like, let everything cook. A lot of us, we create and we do things and we don't give it enough time to do what it needs to do and build the proper momentum. It's like you need to allow things to be what it is. It's kind of like stew. If you rush the stew, the ingredients in your stew are not going to be ready. Your potatoes are not going to be ready. They're going to be hard. Your carrots are going to be hard. Like, your meat is not going to be as tenderized as you want it to be because you rushed the process of the stew. It needs time to cook. You need time to remain in the kitchen and allow your things to do what it needs to do. But remind yourself you're not burning. It might get a little hot in here sometimes, but you can always open up a window. Are you getting what I'm saying? I truly feel like in life, whatever you want, you have to literally remind yourself that if it's genuinely for you, it is going to work out. And the more that you move what your body says and your intuition says, you're going to feel way better because you're going to remind yourself that, like, hey, I'm supposed to do this. Like, I realized that I was so caught up in the spiritual realm that I wasn't doing human things. I was so caught up on having to heal and having to focus on that inner work, not realizing that I was naturally already doing the inner work. But because I was so focused on it, it caused me to forget how to live. So when you go in there and you interact with people, you think that you healed your triggers, when in reality, you just disassociated and distance yourself from everything. And when you got around people, they actually had the time to push your triggers. And you didn't know that those things were, I wouldn't say that you didn't heal them, but they just weren't touched in a while. So because of that, you had to reface something that you didn't want to reface. But in reality, you had to, because it showed you that you are still human. Not only are you still human, that it is okay to be flawed. It is okay to have triggers. It's just, how are you going to move about it? What are you going to do about the things that have bothered you? You know what I'm saying? Like, I truly feel like in life, once you start to just reach the flow state and you start to realize that this is genuinely your life. Of course, some things are out of your fucking control. Like, a lot of things are out of your fucking control. But you personally, when it comes to you personally, you are in control of this. Like, you are the head of this. Like, when you wake up in the morning, you are in your body. You have the option on what you want to do today. And remind yourself that it doesn't take much to start momentum. It takes one thing. Sometimes it takes just getting up for you to go start that thing that you needed to start. Sometimes it takes you going to the gym to keep that momentum going for you to keep doing the other things that you need to do in a day. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it takes that one thing. Even if it's little, making your bed, brushing your teeth, that one little move started momentum for you to keep you going and to keep doing things that you need to do, that you know that you should be doing. It's like, oftentimes our body tells us what it is that we should be doing. Oftentimes our body is like, yeah, we do this, we do this, we do that, and we should go do this. But then oftentimes we're like, no, I don't want to do that. But then it's like, but why? Why wouldn't you do it? Because what else are you going to do? Like, oftentimes we have the urge and we feel called to go do something, but we don't do it because we either get distracted on scrolling on social media, or we get a call from somebody, or something just throws you off your path and you forget what it is that you were originally supposed to do. You have to remind yourself to have that discipline, to have that control over your life, to remind yourself that what it is that you want, you just have to go get it. And you have to remind yourself that you're going to fuck up. You're going to have times where you don't know the answer. You're going to have times where you don't know the how, but it's not about that. It's about what are you going to do to get there? You know what I'm saying? Like, what are you going to do? What steps are you going to make continuously every day so that you're one step closer to what it is that you want? Because I think people tend to forget that everything can change overnight. Like, anything can change overnight. And I've learned that recently because literally one night I'm on TikTok. 5 minutes later, I decide to get on the game. I get back on TikTok. My TikTok is gone. It's banned completely. It's like literally wiped off the face of the earth. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like a part of that is just like showing you that if that can happen overnight or within a certain amount of period, imagine the good things that can happen to you overnight and over the time period. Sorry for me sniffing, y'all. Like, I'm genuinely sick, but we're in flow state right now, so we're not worried about that. But yeah, like, I genuinely feel like you just have to keep reminding yourself that, like, bro, just do it. Just do it and just be the best version of yourself that you could possibly be. And remind yourself that each day that you work towards something that you want, you are one step closer. There's no time. Stop putting time on everything. Stop rushing yourself. Stop feeling like you have to be just this perfect person. You do not have to be perfect. Just show up. Just show up. Okay? Like, genuinely, just show up. Honestly, I'm kind of running out of thoughts and I don't know what else to say. So we're going to leave it here. I'm going to do no cuts in this video. I'm going to just leave it authentically as it is because the whole purpose of this channel is 100% lavish. Thank you so much for tuning in. Hopefully you liked the video. And if you want more, definitely subscribe because, of course, over time and as I get used to what I'm doing, they're going to be a little bit more structured and a little bit more, you know, less everywhere, but they're probably always going to be everywhere because these messages, the purpose of these are flow state. So yes, thank you guys for tuning in and I love y'all so much. Stay safe.